it's worth the try, even if you have a ton of non-carnivore food in your house. You can still do this. It's still worth doing. We can save that food. We can convert it, can it, store it. We can do something with it so that you don't have to feel guilty and you're not wasting your food. Welcome to the end of week 4 of the Carnivore Shop No More Freezer Pantry Purge Challenge. I have some people that are kind of confused as to what I'm doing and why, so I think I'm just gonna do the basic rundown again. So for 3 months, January, February, and March, I am advocating a challenge where you don't shop at all, you use up stuff that you have on hand, or you shop very, very minimally. You shop your pantry and your cupboards first, and then you make a meal out of that. And if you're low on one thing, then you go shop for that one thing. But do everything in your power to use what you have on hand first. And so maybe give yourself a little budget. $5, $10, $15, $20. If you've got 20 kids, then you're gonna need a much bigger emergency budget than I do. Why am I doing this? And why do I want you to do it? So it's winter time here, most of North America. It's winter time and we're in our homes, and I'm kind of in like this minimizing mode. I want to get things out of the way, clear my mind for the rest of the year, just so that life is easier. So that is one reason. I just have too much stuff of all kinds, including food. The other is practice. What if I can't go to the store? What if there's a huge storm? What if there's, I don't know, political upheaval of some sort? Whatever may come, a pandemic. What if we need to practice so that in a real emergency, we know how to use all this food that we may or may not have? And you may find that going 3 days without going to the store isn't good enough, and that may scare you, maybe, and you might want to do a little bit to bulk up. Also, so that we're not wasting. I know I have some food on my shelves that is like this weird can of whatever. I don't know how to use it. I just think it's a shame to let stuff sit on the shelf and just expire when it could be used. And maybe not even by me. Maybe we should give this food away to somebody else who can use it. And the other is to discover just the weird random things that you may have, the little treasures that you had no idea that you had on your shelf, in the back of your fridge, in your freezer, in the basement, wherever it is that your weird things go to hide. So I just think that it's a really good opportunity for people to experiment with. As I'm emptying my jars, I am now refilling them, and winter is great. This January and February, I don't have a ton going on. My daughter has volleyball, but we're not, going out to a whole bunch of Christmas parties. We're not doing a whole bunch of barbecues and baseball games and soccer games. It's just kind of a lighter load on our schedule, and it's a really good time to be in the house, heating up the house, steaming up the house because it's winter. Nobody minds the heat and the moisture in the air, and getting some canning done. So let's learn some canning. Here is what we spent for the week. It's like $13.98. 13, yeah. So $8.98 on a big bag of shredded cheese, and our raw whole milk 1 gallon was $5, which I know is a fantastic deal, and I love this raw milk. I kind of want to try and make a cheddar cheese with rennet at home, and like age it for a couple months and see how that works out. Cheese is like a dream of mine. I don't know if I can do it, but I really want to try. So that is what we spent. And we won't need to buy the shredded cheese. We'll probably do the milk, which is why I needed a little more money in the budget, because sometimes we go through a whole gallon in less than a week. So that is what we did this week. So we're pretty much back up to zero. I just wanted to share with you something really cool that happened to me last week. I do drive for the Amish on occasion when they give me a call, and I was asked to come and help. I have a truck and I can hook things up with my hitch, and I can pull a trailer. And so it was really icy and snowy, so it was a little bit of a scary day, but I did 4 loads of ice. And look at this trailer full of ice. I think it is beautiful. I think it is the coolest thing. And this is the ice room. So they don't have refrigeration, and they want to keep their stuff cool in the summer too. And so the Amish are so smart. They plan ahead. And when you have freezing cold weather and your pond freezes over this thick, everybody takes off work, everybody comes to the farm, and everybody works. And it was just so cool to see, especially these teenage kids that just know how to work, 16, 17-year-olds working all day. And I'm like, are you guys tired? They're like, no. They're just hauling hundreds and hundreds of pounds of ice. Incredible. So this is the room. Look how thick the walls are and the insulation that is around there. They have ice left over from the year before. They do every year if they get enough. And this is the room half full. I didn't get another picture of the room completely full. Sometimes I don't necessarily want to tread on their feet too bad about taking pictures of everything, so I just took a few and then stopped. I really, really wish that I could have gotten a video of the whole process with, it's almost like a little lawnmower machine with a chainsaw on it, and it just you run it along the side and it measures everything out perfectly, and you get these perfect little squares, and they push it out onto the ice and slide them down, and they have a conveyor belt, and it goes right up into the trailer. And there were 2 boys in the trailer just stacking things up, and it was truly amazing. I had so much fun watching them do that. This is my jerky gun. I got this for Christmas, and it is so much fun. It's a jerky gun. This is fun. I don't know how to. Okay. I invited my friend over, and she helped me, and she got to run the gun. I got to run the gun, and I did not put anything but salt into the hamburger. And it could probably have been more flavorful if there had been soy sauce or teriyaki sauce or any other thing like that. But I don't want those products in my food. I want to have easy, convenient food that I can eat anytime. So this jerky, I am storing most of it in the freezer and a little bit of it in the fridge so that I can have meat whenever I want, when I forget a meal or whatever. And I just don't want to go heat up the whole kitchen and make a meal. I have a snack for myself that's cheap. How many pounds? So we did 10 pounds, and it's like $2.80 something a pound. So 28, 25, I think that's 25 or $28 for all of this jerky, like a lot of jerky. You cannot buy jerky in any amount for $25. So the cost savings right there, I've already made up my savings in just the price of the gun, which is like 30 something dollars, I think, on Amazon. And it was fun. I'm going to do it again. It was not that hard to do. It was not hard to clean up, and it made perfectly uniform little jerky sticks. So, all right. The trays and trays of jerky is out. I'm just gonna chop them up and put them in the fridge. Here are a couple videos of the food that we have eaten. Chicken tenders, I just cut them up. I'm cooking them in tallow. and this is going to be a lovely breakfast. Getting ready for tomorrow. Took these brats out of the freezer. This is my hamburger. Pasta sauce for the child, butter, and 2 dog foods. And the brats, my husband ate 3. I was going to eat 3. I took 2 bites, and they were just so flavorful that I just knew that I didn't want to finish eating them. They tasted good, but I knew that I didn't want to eat them. That's really the only way I can explain it. I just knew that it wouldn't be a good idea. So I love that I can kind of listen to my body and make some good choices about what I should and should not be eating. So I wanted to show you this. These are lime preserved eggs. It's just an old pickle jar. And when our chickens were laying tons of eggs, I started saving them in here. And we just used up all of our eggs, and we're on our pantry challenge, so I'm trying not to shop. And so I'm going to use up our stores of eggs. So you just grab one out, rinse it off, and they will store like this for a year or 18 months or 2 years. It's kind of amazing. So that's like, it's called a pickling lot. I'll have to look it up. But you just put it in with the water, mix it in, and it creates a shield, keeps the water and the oxygen out of your eggs, and they just sit there, and they are perfectly fine and delicious to eat. Also, I did raise the budget. I had put it at 20, and that just was too much. So I lowered it back down to 15, which means that at the end of week 4, I have 33 cents that I could have spent this week. So I'm like right at dead even, and next week I'll have $15 to spend, and each week after that. So that will be, over the course of 13 weeks, that would be $195 spent on groceries. Now, you guys, I give myself a $600 grocery budget, but I always go over. And so I am like, this is a big challenge for me to keep it to that amount for that long of a time. I'm not sure if this is going to be of benefit to anybody. I was trying to think of like, why would anyone watch this? How is this going to help anybody? Am I helping anybody? I think we should all be carnivore. I think we will all be happier and healthier as we cut out sugar, as we cut out seed oils, as we cut out things that irritate our bodies, which for you and me may or may not be vegetables and beans and things like that. I am canning beans. I am not eating the beans. I will try and get healthy. I will wait a couple years, get to my ideal weight, and then I will see how those foods affect me. And if they don't hurt me, I'll go back to eating beans because I love beans. I miss beans. But I still have a ton of healing to do. I still have a ton of weight to lose. I'm looking at pictures of me, and even my face, I feel like I might be a little bit inflamed. It might be the milk or the bologna that we're eating. It could be the chemicals in the bologna. But I'm still overweight. I'm a little under 200 pounds, but I'm only 5'3". So I'm still built like a bowling ball, but I'm a 50-pound lighter bowling ball. And so I'm happy with that. And I know I'm only partway there. I want to lose another 50 pounds, so 100 pounds total, but maybe my ideal weight is even lower than that. I just don't know yet. But it's worth the try, even if you have a ton of non-carnivore food in your house. You can still do this. It's still worth doing. We can save that food. We can convert it, can it, store it. We can do something with it so that you don't have to feel guilty and you're not wasting your food. So maybe that's the way I can help people who want to be carnivore and just don't know how with what they have in their house. So I hope you have a beautiful week, and please send me your comments. I really hope somebody tries something. Let me know. Thank you for watching that video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. See you later.